So you guys have heard the title. This will be my first time reacting to Louis C.K. I have heard his name before, if I'm not mistaken. The video that I will be watching is him roasting black people. So I'm black. I'm a different type of black too. I am from South America, and I'm not talking about the South of America. I'm like talking about the continent South America. So different type of black. Let's see if the stereotypes are similar, if I can relate or not, and have a good laugh, because you need to be able to laugh about yourself, you know, and not take everything to heart, because if it ain't you, then it's not you. So yeah, without any further ado, Louis C.K. roasting black people. Let's go.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because there was a black guy walking behind him. And he was nervous. He was new to the city, this chicken. And he was like, I feel like he's following me, but I'm not sure. So then he thought, maybe if I cross the road, then if he crossed the road, he's definitely following me.
Following me, for sure. So I like it when you take a normal joke and you just go on with it. You know, he was just new in the city. And from the way that he was going along with the joke, he sounded like a white person. Like, okay, I was new in the city and I crossed the street because I was nervous. And if I crossed the street and he was crossing the street with me, then I knew for sure that he was following me. So yeah. So okay, funny story. I just moved to the Netherlands about 3 months ago, and this is my first time seeing many white people. So one time I was walking the street and I saw a girl like walking, like, you know, walking up to me, and I was going that way, and she looked at me one time, and like she was like the way she looked at me, she was like scared as fuck. And I was like, damn. So the first thing I did was like putting my hand inside my jacket, so no one can say that I used my hand for anything. I looked up to see if there were cameras, and I just walked past her, ducked my head like, okay, please don't scream behind me. Please don't scream behind me. Let me just move on. It's just like funny how, as a black person, you're like scared because the other person might accuse you for something. And like the other person, the white person, is like scared because she thinks you might do something to her. So that's just the funny behind it. But yeah, let's move on.
So then he thought, maybe if I cross the road, then if he crossed the road, he's definitely following me. So he crossed the road, and the black guy went home. He's living his life.
Exactly.
And the chicken was like, I'm such a racist. And he felt bad. About a month later, a black guy ate the chicken. A different black guy. I'm just telling you what happened. By the way, don't be upset, because this is not a racist joke. This joke is not racist. The chicken was racist. The chicken was definitely racist. But that's chickens.
Yeah.
Chickens are very closed down and suspicious and prejudiced. You kind of can't blame them, considering that their species murder rate is 100%. That's why chickens are like...
There's always excuses for racism, you know? Like, I met this guy from the South, and he was really racist, and I asked his friend, why is he like that? And his friend goes, oh, well, he was born on a farm. What kind of farm was that, you know? Maybe the animals were racist, you know? Because one of the animals are like, Jews! Jews! Black! Black! Jews!
Jews.
So are the cows saying Jews or something? Jews?
So I have mild racism. It's benign. It's not aggressive. It's not even negative racism. It's
Benign.
mild racism. I'll give you an example. Okay, like, see, like if I go to a pizza place I've never been to before, and it's run by 4 black women, I'll go like, See, it's very mild. It's extremely mild racism.
Exactly, though. Like, just like me going into a soul food kitchen and I see white people cooking there. I'm like, do I want to eat here? Will the food be good? So the thing is, I get it, though. I get it. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? Sometimes you just gotta taste the food and then you realize, you know what? The food is actually good, okay? But that is just it. Nothing meant to hurt anyone. It's just, okay.
I'll notice that. Yeah. You don't usually see that, 4 black women running a pizza place.
Exactly.
Unless it's called 4 Black Girls Pizza or something like that. Like that's the whole point of the place.
Wow, and here's some interesting news about the Jew thing. I do know where the term kike came from, by the way.
Ah, derogatory term for Jewish people? Where did that come
I do know where that came from.
Where?
It is when people used to come over on the, in the ships on Ellis Island, a lot of people couldn't write English. So they used to make their mark, and the Jew's mark was a circle. And the circle is called kikel. So that's what they would just shorten it to kike. The guys say, here's another kike once they seen the circle.
You know where nigger came from originally? There was some black guy being a nigger. So they called him a nigger.
Jesus.
He was being a real nigger, and somebody said, what a nigger. And that's where it started.
It just was a feeling.
Yeah.
Here's another example.
Holy shit! Oh, damn. He just stumped that word like he said it for years. He was just being a nigger, so they called him a nigger. It is what it is.
It just was
And I love how Patrice O'Neill was like actually explaining where everything came from, the history of it. You know, the Jews, the circle and everything, and just shortened the word to kike. And he was just like, do you know where nigger came from? Well, some black person, he was just being a nigger, so they called them niggers. It is what it is.
It was a feeling. Yeah.
Here's another example of mild racism. If I say I'm in a hospital and the doctor comes in to treat me, and the doctor's from China or India, I'll think, well, good. Good, more of that. Why not?
I'll be safe. I'll live.
It's very mild racism. Here's another example. If I'm in a gas station late at night and a young man comes in wearing a hooded sweatshirt, if he's white, I'll think, oh, he's an athlete. If he's black, unless he has a big smile on his face, then I become mildly racist, and this is what I think. I think, that's fine. Everything's fine.
Go away.
Nothing's gonna happen. No, of course I'm fine. Why did I even think that for a second?
But that's not being racist, though. That's stereotyping, you know?
They're too afraid of Harlem, you know? Like everybody, when you move to New York, they say, oh, you can't go to Harlem, because as soon as you get there, they kill you. Like, it's just the way. As soon as you arrive, they stab you in the face. You just get murdered, which is stupid. I've been to Harlem, and people there, they have a lot of stuff to do. You know, they're busy. They're not just standing around waiting for lost white people to kill all day. Like they're just right outside the subway entrance. Go, come on!
I just want to say I'm not trying to say that if you're white, you can't complain. Right. I'm just saying that if you're black, you get to complain more. Right. Because you can't. There you go.
Don't tell the band that.
Never complain, always find a way, work on yourself. The time you used to complain, you could find the time to figure something out for yourself, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Because you can't, that's right. You can't take people's, like, historical context away from them. And everybody wants us to. Like, white people are always like, come on, it wasn't us. Like, they want black people to forget everything. Like, every year, white people add 100 years to how long ago slavery was. Yeah.
Never forget it, but don't make it your identity.
I've heard educated white people say slavery was 400 years ago. No, it wasn't.
150 now, maybe?
140 years ago. That's two 70-year-old ladies living and dying back to back. That's how recently you could buy a guy. That's right. And it's not like slavery ended and then everything has been amazing.
Exactly.
Like it just, oh yeah, it just ended like a clean where you don't have to wipe. Just boom. And then it's just been parades and presents ever since. You You got to remember that if you meet a black person, they have gray hair, they remember a time they weren't allowed to use a certain toilet. So give them a little, time to be cranky. And by the way, white people have our own thing stuff that we went through that hurt us that we have to cope with. Like when they took our slaves away. That was really hard for us. And we're still, so it's pretty even.
So it's even.
Yeah.
It's even.
Oh shit, my man is selling something. Okay. So your thing support that man?
Where they don't applaud when you go on stage. It's called Mo. Seriously, because I did a show where they don't applaud when you go on stage. It's called Mo Betta Mondays. That's the name of the show at the Improv. Mo Betta Mondays. It's an all-black audience. And I had done a show called Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, which is an all-black audience. And they invited me because they thought I was black because of my name, because I directed Pootie Tang, so people sometimes think I'm black. And so they invited me to the show. So I get there. And they go, oh, hi. And I look in the room and I go, oh, hi.
They were expecting a
and
black
then
person?
stand there trying to decide, and I go, fuck it, hi. And they go, yeah, hi. All right. So I went on, and this is Chocolate Sundays at the Laugh Factory, and it was fucking great. I had a great time because nobody else is trying. They're all up there just acting cool, and I went up there and I tried, and everybody appreciated it. So then, because most comedians don't try. I'm not saying because they were black, but they were all black and unfunny. Every single one of them was black. There are far more unfunny white comedians than unfunny black ones. But every single comedian on that show was black and unfunny. Should have been the name of the show. Really. But I was white and hilarious. And also, privileged and lucky to be white. It's fucking awesome. It is a very... everybody who's white should just wake up and go, I'm fucking white! This is great!
My life is anti-media.
This shit. I don't have to fucking explain myself ever.
I just do my thing.
I look people in the eye with confidence. Nobody fucks with me. The police protect me.
Damn! What a life.
The black people, all they can hope from the cops is that they'll leave them alone.
Hello, man!
And we actually get to hope that they'll protect us. It's fucking a chasm of difference. And I'm on the greatest side of that chasm. I am on the fucking sweet side of that chasm.
That is true though. That is true. We just pray that, you know what? Leave us alone. We ain't doing anything. And even people though, like, shit, just don't mix us up. Yes, I'm black, but don't mix me up with that other group of black. Just let me be, let me go to work, let me go home, not bothering anyone. But that was it, Louis C.K. for you guys. This is actually my first time seeing him, to be honest with you. And again, this is just a, grabbing some clips and putting them together. Maybe it didn't represent him fully. So if you guys can recommend a stand-up that I can watch from him so I can hear some diverse jokes, that will be an amazing suggestion or an amazing request. But it was funny though. Again, you can only go so far with those racism jokes, because you've heard them all already. So you need to have a good spin on it. Wish he did. I totally enjoyed this one. But, give me a full stand-up that I can watch, that I can relate to. So I hope you guys had a great time watching me. Please don't forget to subscribe if you guys like to see my face and like to see me react to a multitude of stuff. So thank you guys for watching once more. Love yourself, be yourself. Goodbye.